Did I mention that you can watch Tucker and Dale on Hulu? If you have Hulu, you must watch it if you haven't seen it, everybody.
Then make sure you bookmark the Pluto.tv new channel for Godzilla.
Hey guys, gals, friends, and pals, this is Paul, EastXTwitch, and welcome to another episode of Saturday Game School, where we stream a different game every Saturday of the year. Tonight I'm joined on mic by Tyler.
Hey guys.
And Galadrius.
You.
And SperryBerryBeast.
What up, what up, what up?
Can we get a shout out for SperryBerryBeast, who is sometimes a streamer, and Brandykatz off to the side.
Hi.
We're streaming Wavetale. This game is available on Xbox, PlayStation, and Steam. It comes from Thunderful. Did you know this Canadian developer I used to really like called Zoink? They got bought up by Thunderful. So there's no more Zoink. It's all Thunderful. But also I don't know who else they bought.
Didn't Zoink make that zombie game? Or is
Yeah,
that someone else?
Well, they did Stick It to the Man. They did some kind of... There was a zombie-themed beat-em-up. Is that the one you're thinking of?
Yes.
Yeah, and one about death, like Death something. But all their games were really funny and creative. And
You're thinking of Zombie
Brandy's
Vikings.
daughter loves them. Zombie
Vikings,
that's it. Yeah.
yep.
Yeah, and Flipping Death. Flipping Death was the other one.
Flipping Death, thank you.
But
So
the
let's
big
see
one,
Wavetale.
they just did Lost in Random back in 2021.
Oh, okay. And that was their last game before they
Yeah,
got bought
before
up.
this. Yeah, before this one.
So let's see. Wavetale's a really pretty game. Sperry, I know you've played this. Can you tell us a little about it?
I can't tell you too much because I played it during an embargo, but
No, the embargo has since expired.
no, I know. That's just when I played it. I could only play a little bit of it, but
Oh, I see what you're saying.
it's a pretty fun game. Honestly, I really enjoyed it. It kind of like the controls reminded me a little bit of I can't remember the game name. You like skate around, kind of.
Jet Set Radio.
Jet Set Radio. There you go. Yeah. And this
Good
the
series.
story of what I got from it seemed pretty cool. You run around, you ride waves, do some cool tricks and stuff. Fight little monsters. It's a cute, fun game. Nothing too stressful.
Thank you for that quick overview. Tyler, you played a bit too, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
All right. And so is this game a spin-off of Zelda the Wind Waker?
It wishes.
But it clearly takes some visual inspiration, doesn't it?
Yes.
Is it the same style of game? Is it a Zelda-style game?
Maybe in the loosest possible terms. And I didn't get very far either, but it's more of a action platformer than a Zelda game.
Oh, okay. I like some platforming. Nice emote there, Dementia. Good to see you, by the way.
I felt like the gameplay was pretty solid. I liked it.
So do I play as this old lady here with the glasses?
You do.
Yes. Is she the girl's grandmother?
Yes.
Uh-huh. Man, I miss my grandmother.
Yeah, I don't have any either.
Sucks, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I say turtles.
What are you waiting for? Saw some sparks gathering on the beach earlier. Better check the fountain and Grandpa's memorial as well.
She's speaking to me over a headset.
Don't let that go to waste.
Yeah, I wasn't really sure where that headset is.
Well, I just got a journal.
It was
book.
like maybe like a walkie-talkie or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why there wasn't a net either. I mean, it's weird that there's a net in the image and then there's not a net in her thing. But it makes sense to not have a net on her weapon.
Supposed to go to the
Oh, there's
lighthouse?
the net. Now there's a net.
Now there's nothing but net.
Tyler,
The net goes away.
Last week, Tyler, didn't you say that the reason you've never been married is because you haven't met a girl named Annette?
Correct, but I have met a girl named Annette.
Whoa, why didn't you snap her up when you had the chance?
She got away.
Yeah, she's the Annette that got away.
If only you'd had a net to snag that Annette.
Yeah.
Nice.
Gotta catch those squishies.
Yeah, I guess it hides the net to save polygons or something. You think?
Which
for
version is
performance?
this? Is this on PC or is this on Xbox?
Xbox. We play everything on Xbox unless there isn't an
Oh,
Xbox
that's right.
version.
That's right. I remember now.
Well, last week in the newsletter, I incorrectly identified the platform as Steam. Thank you, Living Dead Girl. Very nice of you to subscribe, yo. But last week's game was a Switch game.
Oh, okay.
And that was my bad for getting in a hurry, which I also got in a hurry this week. So Tyler, unfortunately, we weren't able to tell a lot of his adventures. Where am I supposed to go? Fountain.
You're
Where's this
supposed to
fountain?
get the fountain and Grandpa's memorial for some kind of sparks.
Okay, so I'm sure I'll find one of those things eventually. Oh wait, oh there's a guiding thing on the. There's a compass up top.
Yeah. Follow the
Good.
little marker. You got to know your net worth.
Interesting. Hey.
Like it.
Hey, excuse me. When you hired me, well, when I just came on voluntarily, you knew what you were getting into with puns.
So I'm by the fountain.
We like puns around here.
What are you talking about? You use puns all the time, Brady.
Press A to double jump. Okay, but what am I supposed to be doing? There's some
Supposed to
stuff
be
to jump on
hitting
top
those little.
of.
You're supposed to kiss the
Pretty
Oh,
fish.
the blue guys. Okay.
Yeah.
We got a dash. Look at that.
I like that there's a double jump and dashing and stuff.
Ooh, look at that. You got a spin thing. That's great.
If Heaven Smile was here, he'd complain about the double jumping, because double jumping's never good enough for him.
Never mind. Just trouble Iris used to cause as a kid.
Alright, where do I go now?
I like the fact you can spin the net and make like a mini helicopter out of yourself.
Yeah.
I gotta go get more sparks. I don't know how or why, but...
Spark the collection. Sparky spark.
So there's a memorial, which is actually a gravestone. Let's read it. Grandpa studied plants in such detail. So that guy who dropped me off wasn't Grandpa? I guess not.
Yeah.
He could be
so,
Grandpa number 2.
The grandma wishes that was Grandpa.
Yeah, maybe we should put a little effort in, you know?
You're hearing Discord? Is someone getting Discord messages?
Oh, just... I have it where anytime somebody from my Dragon Quest Hat Guild talks, it automatically notifies me. But it can be distracting sometimes.
That would be why.
Stones
Idiot.
are for the- Thanks, Tyler.
Not you. I'm talking to our viewer.
It can be both of
Sure.
us.
I'm out.
Idiot.
You can only get 600 miss. Is that true, Aime? There's a limit.
That's a Twitter thing.
Yeah, you hear about that. Like Elon Musk is like putting limits on how many posts you could see on Twitter a day.
Wow.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Why?
You gotta save that
recycling.
bandwidth for the paying people.
He's a bad
I-
idea factory, so you
Yeah,
can
he
count
really
it.
is.
Oh my gosh.
I mean,
That's okay.
can you even reach?
Ooh, I
600?
won! I won!
Oh, congratulations.
Yay.
Yeah, if you needed one person to embody the Dunning-Kruger effect, that would be a really good one there. I'm sure there are others, like former presidents and whatnot, but still.
Just to get the sparks. I wasn't.
It feels good. Thank you guys so much. What?
Hooray.
I can win.
Yeah,
It's
they're allowed
Paul
to enter.
Paul can't win. Paul can't win. That's the rule because he already has the game.
Yeah, I mean, usually, the hosts don't actually enter all that often, but they are allowed to if they want
But
to.
there's still 2 Xbox codes. There's
Turn
a
to
Switch
Grandma.
code, and there's also a bonus PC game. So there's still plenty of chances to win. Please do not take it out on
Oh,
me.
yeah.
I need good July 4th news.
So we can talk about the price of the game. This game sells for $30. I mean, it does have a lot of voice and some good production values and whatnot. But the PlayStation, Switch, and Steam versions are all on sale for $17.99 this week. So if you don't win and you play on one of those platforms, maybe you should buy it while it's on sale. Seems like a good idea.
I like it.
Ima says for everybody else not to enter. Can we get a shout out for Ima too?
Yes.
So I will not enter again.
Well, good, because that would be against the rules.
I know.
Whoa! There's a bad storm or something. Let's see that shout out for Ima Idiot 19.
Hey,
Yes.
surfing waves.
Any one of my moderators, or even just a regular viewer. Thank you.
Thank you. I'll have my thing up.
Ah, it's a scary girl.
Ah!
Nice. Yeah, Dementia, now you can't, since he already did, I think. Okay, well, Galadrius doesn't actually stream. That's the only bad thing.
I used to. I'm trying to get back to it, but I'm just busy, saving the universe. You save the universe, and yeah, well, you can stream.
You got it well.
Universe is more important.
If you're going to do it, it's got to be regular, always on the same day of the week, that kind of thing. Or even
I'll just do it.
same
I'll do it
days.
at Saturdays at 9 p.m. Eastern. How about that?
That's happened to some of our former co-hosts, and now they're all dead, unfortunately.
Except for Sperry. Sperry's not out through, and he's like,
Oh,
nope,
Sperry-
I'll do this one at a time.
No, he's got Sunday called. I don't touch
Yeah.
Sundays.
Yeah, I'm following Sperry.
Except
You
for
can
when
have
we stream the
Sunday,
Xbox showcase, but that's different.
I'm
So
following
who's-
Sperry.
Good,
The
good.
only,
Did
the
she
only
just
time
go
I
over?
streamed Saturday night was to cover for you.
Oh, yeah. And
Yeah.
that certainly does not count as
Are
competition.
you under the water now?
Even if the next week everybody complained that I wasn't you.
Oh, see, I figured out why the net keeps disappearing and reappearing. It's a laser net. Did you see the laser generator on the net?
Yeah,
Oh,
and
really?
it collects like electricity, so I mean, it's
Yeah.
like a thing.
So there's a reason. Hey, Jono, good to see you. How have you been, Mr. J? She's standing on the water girl who's upside down. Or her dark reflection or something. I can't even tell what's happening. Yeah, and Ima streams Saturday and Sunday mornings. Jono, thank you for resubscribing. Jono, our longest subscriber, our longest lived subscriber.
If I could walk on water.
Some say that as long as Jono subscribes to the stream that he can never die. Hopefully that's true. Alright, where do we go now?
That's wild.
Now you
Alright,
can
you
walk
want?
on water.
So you can hit right trigger to dash around at high speed. And
This
you
is
can
when
just-
it gets fun.
Yeah, this is neat. Look at that. It's gorgeous.
Let's go surfing now. Everybody's surfing now.
Tyler, I heard that you quit playing before you got to this point.
No, I got to this point.
Okay.
Save Grandma. Defeat the
Then he
monsters.
That's
No,
true.
I did
60 minutes is a
the
long
I did the
time.
mission after this one.
Oh, okay. So you fought these Black Shadow bad guys?
Yep,
Where's
I
the rest
did.
of them? Oh, there's one.
The little red marks on your
I thought that just meant that I'd eaten spicy food. That's a bad joke.
That's a terrible joke.
Ah! What happened to her grandmother?
She got turned into goo.
Jeez. Not good at all.
venomized.
That's why it's grandma.
Surf the web. Surf the web. Well,
That
while we're
is
talking about
something. Yeah?
yeah, while we're talking about this game, I wanted to talk about some other games that came out this week because it's been a busy week for games.
Oh, I suppose it has.
It really has. First one I want to talk about, obviously, the big wrestling game of the week, and that is AEW Fight Forever, because I'm a wrestler and that matches up. So I actually enjoyed this one. I thought it was really cool because it captured the vibe of the classic N64 games of old. Like, you know, WCW NWO World Tour, WWF No Mercy, stuff like that. And it was really enjoyable. The gameplay really holds together nicely. It's got multiplayer, which is a lot of fun. A lot of it really comes together. I do wish the roster was a little bit larger because there are some wrestlers that are missing. They're going to be added via DLC.
That's
But
fair.
it was a fun game. You know, I think there's a lot there, and I think fans will enjoy it, and multiplayer is especially good.
What do we call this game?
It's called AEW Fight Forever.
AEW Fight Forever. Tyler, Sperry, did you guys ever play those old N64 wrestling games?
Yeah, I played the crazy amount of WrestleMania and No Mercy.
Neat.
What's
Okay, and
the new wrestling game that's supposed to come out soon?
That's Fight Forever.
No, there's another one where you're like cute little characters.
Oh, the RPG one or something? Isn't there an
Oh,
RPG one?
WrestleQuest. Yeah, that's how it is in
WrestleQuest,
August.
there we go.
August. Sorry, I didn't know which one you meant.
That one's gonna be tight.
Fair.
The second one I want to talk about is the Lara Croft collection. This just came out for Nintendo Switch. Pretty much ports of Guardian of Light and Temple of Osiris for Switch.
I played those games.
Neural Interactive did a good job with the ports. Temple of Osiris is a little bit slower than the other versions of the game because it's Switch, not PS4. But you can play up to 4 people. It's got the DLC included, including those neat little bonus packs for Guardian of Light. And it also has, I think, entertaining gameplay. You know, I mean, I know a lot of people would have preferred the other Tomb Raider games to come out, but I mean, these are good games on the Switch. So,
well, they're 4-player.
And they're worth checking out. And yeah, it's local only, but you know, that's still good. I still think it's just something you can enjoy with friends. And there are a lot of good puzzles to solve with them too.
I didn't finish either of those, but I did like them both. Did you guys play them, Tyler and Sperry?
I played the first one. I don't think I ever got around to the second one.
Oh,
I haven't played a Lara Croft game in like probably 20 years.
That's a long time.
The Tomb Raider ones are pretty good too.
Yeah,
like Tomb
the
Raider
new ones.
I think so.
Yeah, these are third-person shooter platformers, action platformers.
What?
And then the last game that I played this week, it just came out from Einen Games, Raystorm X-Ray Crisis HD Collection.
Are you sure that's how you say that company's name?
Innen?
I always thought it was Innen.
I guess Innen Games.
Yeah, but I could be wrong. You might be right, I might be wrong.
Are you Innen Games? Yeah. But no, it's a collection. It includes Raystorm and Raystorm HD, along with Ray Crisis and Ray Crisis HD, but it also has Rayforce, which was also Galactic Attack or Layer Section in some places.
Yeah, on the Sega Saturn.
Yep. It's a good collection. You know, it doesn't really have that much historical stuff, but there are a number of different options to play around with. There are gameplay tweaks. You can, because the working designs PS1 games, they didn't have set difficulty that you could do without, not being able to go through the whole game. Here you could set the difficulty whatever you please and play through all the games. And they also look really nice. So
they do look nice.
Yeah.
They have good soundtracks, too. I can't tell. There's supposed to be a spark around here somewhere, but I can't tell where it is.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. No, to interrupt.
Did you go up?
Well, I went up and there was one and I got it, but where's the other? Because it says there's 2. Do you know where the other is?
Go up further?
There's no further up to go, or nothing to grapple onto anyway. There's grappling, by the way, with right bumper.
Probably down. You probably ran past there's. Oh, yeah. There's like a person that's that's covered in gloop that you have to hit.
Yeah.
Where? Way farther down?
No.
I don't see anyone over here.
So
maybe a little bit farther down than that then.
There.
Yeah, it's before the grappling.
Grappling. Okay.
I was done with the new games, but all 3 of them are worth checking out. So
I did get the Ray Z chronology thing. Yeah,
I'm trying to figure out, are they different things? Is the Raystorm X-Ray Crisis and then Ray's chronology thing, are they different games? Yeah, sorry, chronology.
Well, they're 2 different releases, and it is a little confusing what's in each one because they released 2 very similar collections, which isn't a good idea to do. But I wrote an article about that where I explained what was different about them. And it's just, one collection is $40 and has 2 games, and the other is $50 and has 3 games. So why wouldn't you just buy the $50 one? That's what I want to know. You're like, I'm going to save $10 and never going to be able to get that 3rd game.
You know what? Here's why. A couple months ago, City Connection released this Layer Section collection for Switch and PS4. Yeah, it has different versions of the Layer Section game in there. So some people don't want to buy that same game twice. So you could buy just the 2, Raystorm and Ray Crisis, for $40. Or if you don't have Layer Section yet, you can get the 3-game one for $50.
Well, I guess you could do that.
Yeah.
So those are vertically scrolling shoot 'em ups made by Taito originally, and then puts out Taito's games nowadays. You know, so German publisher, but they have a really good relationship.
Previously did Bubble Bobble Every Bubble.
Puzzle Bobble Every Bubble.
Yep, puzzle. I said bubble.
Yeah. Which? Oh, hey Jordan, we're glad you made it. Jordan, we're just here talking about movie spoilers. I hope you like movie spoilers.
Close is dead.
Oh, I just bumped into the wall and got hurt. Does black stuff hurt you?
Yeah.
Apparently.
Yeah.
Why didn't anybody warn me about that?
It's not a woman, it's a man. I don't know. What's
Puzzle Bobble used to be called Bust a Move in America, but it was always Puzzle Bobble in Japan. And calling it Bust a Move hides that it's a Bubble Bobble spinoff, so it's actually better to call it Puzzle Bobble.
Yeah, Puzzle Bobble makes sense. I get that.
Wow, I can't look. I can get up here, but I can't look around or anything. It's got like a fixed camera angle. That isn't.
Yeah, the camera's a little finicky at times, and it like jumps to things a little bit too much. But it's not terrible. But I kind of just wish I could turn it off and just have a totally free cam.
Yeah, that might be nice. Oh well, I guess I didn't need to go there.
Oh,
That's right. Jordan hates superhero movies.
I should talk about the random pickup I did while I did my game running in Florida today.
Oh yeah.
I found a game called Target Terror.
I saw that. What is that's an old light gun game or something?
Yeah, what it is, it was originally an arcade game released by Raw Thrills. It's done in the same style as Area 51 and Maximum Force. But what it is, it's like actors that are like live filmed, and then they go up against 3D backgrounds.
So
and it's just cheesy. It's ridiculous. It's a cheesy, ridiculous game where you shoot terrorists, and then like there's a bonus game where you take out terrorists on golf carts with exploding golf balls. It's amazing. It's stupid, cool. But it's amazing.
And you got it for the Wii, was it?
Yeah, the Wii. Normally it sells for like about $60-$70. I found it for about 15.
Nice.
Worked out pretty well.
Good price.
So yeah, that's all my game stuff this week. I suppose let others go.
Congrats on the pickup.
Thank you.
Sperry's been doing family stuff and building things. I heard you built the Stairway to Heaven. Is that correct, Sperry?
Built the Stairway to Heaven, dude. Don't copyright that.
So what'd you really build?
Yeah, I was my buddy, his front porch was falling apart, so I went over there this morning and stayed all day and knocked it out for him. We tore it apart, we built a new one and put it in place. Now we can walk on it and not get a lawsuit, so that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Is he a carpenter type guy too, or?
He is not. No. So I own a business doing tile and construction, but so my business partner came and helped me do it. He is a very techie guy. So I told you I actually have a new PC built.
Yeah.
And he's the one that actually built it for me. So
Nice.
I stream with him every once in a while too. His name is Xerox Hands.
Oh yeah.
So we do the wet couch every once in a while and hang out. Yeah.
The wet couch.
The wet couch. Do you yell pivot? Pivot.
Yeah.
Pivot.
You're
Just
saying
a bunch of sweaty boys on a couch. Yeah.
Oh.
Playing some co-op
I
games.
was thinking like you sit on a couch so long that you wet yourself. What happened?
That's it. Yeah.
Gross.
No, it's pretty close to that.
This is a PG show, don't forget.
That's why. Yeah, I'm trying to
I'm
avoid
talking
saying
to
too
Paul.
much, so.
I'm talking to Paul.
But yeah,
Paul's
so yeah, we just like rebuilt it for him. It took all day though. I thought it was gonna be a couple hours, but we tore it apart and it was bad. We had
get
to
up there.
rebuild the steps and stuff. So.
I wish you could jump and grab ledges. Can't do that in this. But good job on that. Yeah, you showed me a photo and I thought it looked really nice.
Thank you very much. I was gonna say too that Dr. Fetus's Mean Meat Machine game came out just recently as well.
That's
June
yeah.
22nd.
Glad you didn't like that one very much.
It was okay. It was just difficult.
It was really hard.
The Super Meat Boy games are like that, so that's fine.
Yeah, but difficult puzzle games are less fun.
Yeah.
The thing about it is this, like it does the Puyo sort of gameplay where you match up the stuff to eliminate from the playfield.
Ah, crap.
But all these obstacles pop up, like these blades, and they shoot out the sides there, so it kind of throws throws like a lot of challenge your way right away. Like you're not prepared for it, so it kind of overcomes you a little bit.
There's some
Look.
checkpoints in the game too, which definitely helped it out. But,
Xerox
yeah,
Hands is here.
Hey, Xerox Hands.
Nice.
We were just talking about you.
Hey.
Good job getting him to come, Sperry. How do
Yeah,
I get up there? I'm not seeing things to grapple onto, and I don't really like.
You're missing something. It's not like this.
Oh,
that's
it's over
for sure.
there. Okay. Okay, good,
Congrats on
because
the
that
new
was an
deck.
annoying way to have to get over there. Finally, grappling things. Thank you.
If
Jeez.
only it like shined white lines all around it or something.
Yeah, if only it was like,
Yeah, that'd be
hey,
helpful.
Yeah, maybe.
grapple point over here.
grab
Hey,
this thing.
over here. Grab me. Grab me.
I like the distance you can grapple in this game too. That was
Yeah,
pretty
it's like
good.
ridiculously far.
Yeah.
Might
Yeah.
as well fling myself
Can't
across
complain.
the ocean.
Yeah, it's perfect for young children. Yes,
Woo.
This looks
and,
really.
and gamers of that level of ability.
This seems like a game that many adults would enjoy, Tyler.
I think.
And
so.
yeah, so Ima said that he wants to play Ground Zero Texas. That's the live action shooter for him. And Vlad says that that new game plays like Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bee Machine. Well, yes, it is like clearly loosely inspired by that.
Almost the same name too.
Yeah, yeah.
I just played Diablo 4. Let's be honest.
Yeah, you played a lot of Diablo this week.
Well, I mean,
Rogue Legacy 2.
yeah,
Rogue
both
Legacy
Mean
2, heck yeah.
Mean Bean Machine and Kirby's Avalanche games like that use the Puyo Puyo engine because those are the games that were popular in Japan with that style of gameplay.
Yeah, they're localized versions. Well, I mean, not this new one, but the Mean Bee Machine and Kirby's Avalanche are localized versions of Puyo Puyo.
Yeah. Until they started doing the the Puyo Puyo Tetris things.
Those, man, Puyo Puyo Tetris is good.
Yeah, I like the
Anyway,
sequel.
where am I going? Yeah, part 2 in particular. Where am I going?
Anime Expo is going on this week. Where's that at?
Oh,
Is that in LA?
Is it in LA?
I think so.
oh, that's better.
Yep. Join us in LA. Yep.
Must be nice. I heard of Project Acon, which is an anime convention in Dallas that I attended back in 2004. I think it is still going on. I mean, I hadn't heard the name in years, but somebody said it online recently, but I didn't look into where it is now or whatever. Achievement, yo!
Rune Factory 4.
Nice.
Who's a Game Pass hater?
Not
Rune
me.
Factory 4 Special, Thyrenia's been playing. I think I got that on Switch
Ah,
or something.
what is it?
It's a farming... Well, actually, no. Does Rune Factory have farming Thyrenia? I forget, but it's like a Harvest Moon spinoff. It's sort of a Japanese action RPG. You're my niece, and you follow my orders.
I
No, I'm your
know,
granddaughter. Get it right. She called me her niece.
Bramble the Mountain King made its premiere on Game Pass. I still need to play that.
I don't like that title, but what is it?
Oh, well, it's kind of like an action game. It's kind
That
of
one
like
looked
dark,
pretty cool.
unsettling nature, but it looked really cool. That one and another one I highly recommend is Fist, Forged in Shadow Torch. This is a 2.5D kind of like side-scrolling adventure with some really great combos. An original story. You play as a rabbit with a giant robotic fist in a world where all animals... No, it's not a comical thing. It's actually a super serious game, and it's really well done.
It's a cool name.
Yeah.
Farming, RPG, and Romance, Thyrenia says, in Rune Factory. And it's on Game Pass.
And I think
Nice.
Story of Seasons, Friends of Mineral Town also came to Game Pass too, if you guys want to get into that.
Fist is a Metroidvania platform.
Yeah, Metroidvania. I mean,
Might be
it
in it.
reminds me of the Strider reboot that Double Helix Games worked on a few years ago. It's like 2.5D. It looks like it takes place in a big corporate town.
Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah, I remember hearing about it.
That
Yeah.
one's really cool. That one's on sale right now too.
Achievement? I'm getting an achievement just for riding around on this boat thing.
Nice.
Well, worth it too. I
It's a
mean,
boat
that game,
time.
I bought. Stop it. I'm the pun master.
It's the achievement name.
All right, fair. But no, I bought Fist for Nintendo Switch. It's a really good game.
I had a game on the Japanese Sega Saturn called Fist, and it was terrible.
Well, this is a different one. obviously.
Yes, unrelated.
Different one.
All right, let's go see what's over here.
And yeah, it's only like $15 on Steam right now, and it's probably on sale on other platforms too.
Nice.
Darker
Yeah, it
players
looks really-
complain. Oh, it looks good.
Watching
Nice.
the preview for it, it looks really good.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's terrific. And you open up new abilities as you go along too. So like, you can hover, you can do a double jump. Whoever hated that, sorry. You can do all sorts of stuff.
I want to shop. Let's do some shopping. So Darker Player's complaining about Jim Ryan. He's not ingratiated himself with Xbox gamers as of late. But we shouldn't take some of that stuff too seriously. But didn't the FTC thing wrap up, or is it about wrapped up? I forget.
It's supposed to wrap up next week. Because arguments have been going back and forth, and there were reports it could wrap up next week, but I don't know. It just seems like it'll go on forever.
I'm ready for it to be over. I've heard too much about it.
Just Sony should just drop it and just accept the loss and just work on a deal to get Call of Duty. Just do it. I'm tired of Jim Ryan saying how like Microsoft's an abomination, and because he's making his own company look stupid.
Yeah, like Sony looks the worst out of this. Do you
really
feel that
do.
way, Tyler? That they've earned some bad press?
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. I don't think they've earned a whole lot of bad press because I don't think most people care too much. Like only the big time gamers that follow this stuff. But like they're definitely doing everything they can to like put speed bumps in the process,
And they make themselves look bad with each new statement that Jim Ryan makes. Like he said something about what was it, devaluing if you put your games on Xbox Game Pass.
Oh, did he say that? I didn't see that.
No, that's a valid viewpoint.
That's very true. Yeah,
yeah.
there's already
Well, he said-
concerns of people not porting games to Xbox because if they can't get on Game Pass, then no one's gonna buy their game.
Yeah, he says they're devaluing games.
Yeah, he means those
Yeah.
individual games.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think the outreach is really good because Game Pass has millions of gamers out there.
Well,
Yeah, but if you release a game that's not on Game Pass, I mean, there's so many more buyers that aren't gonna buy now because they're just content with all the games on Game Pass. So if you can't work a deal to get on Game Pass with Microsoft, then why even bother porting your game to Xbox?
Not entirely true. Street Fighter 6 sold like a bandit. Final Fantasy 16 sold
Well,
like a
those are huge games, not like
Yes.
little indie games.
bandit.
Yeah. And wait, Final Fantasy 16, that didn't come out on Xbox.
That's not on Xbox.
No, it didn't. But I'm just saying it's not on Xbox Game Pass, and they did well.
Yeah, well, that's not what he's talking about.
I'm
Yeah,
just
no,
saying
the
the obvious.
games do not sell well on Xbox. And people don't like to hear it, but unfortunately, they mostly don't. And Game Pass is certainly a big part of that, for better or worse. Oh crap! I really missed the boat there with my jump. Let's go back and see if we can do it.
He's telling you to speed up.
I think sometimes the problem is just that not enough of certain types of games get released on Xbox. Like for instance, if everybody who already wants a fighting game has, like, people who like fighting games or JRPGs, if they already own a PlayStation, then what are the chances of it selling well on Xbox? Like, it's reduced because the system doesn't have a lot of appeal for fans of that genre. So that's why it's important to make sure you have a lot of each genre so that it can appeal to a wide variety of gamers. Oops. If you ask me.
Well, Xbox isn't too bad. I mean, they sold 21 million Xbox Series X units already, and they're working on selling more. So, and they've got a big lineup of games coming, to kind of make up for whatever happened with Redfall. So,
Well, we want them to continue to sell well, but
of course.
But yeah, they face an uphill battle, and a lot of. I mean, actually, Tyler and I would say that most of it's of their own making, probably their challenges.
Yeah, it is. I mean, not necessarily the current administration or whatever you want to call them, but they just had such a big hole to dig out of.
I just think the whole thing with the whole drama with FTC could just be done with. I mean, there's already enough stuff going on in the game industry. We don't need Sony trying to tear apart Microsoft trying to hold on to Activision Blizzard, all this.
Yeah, I feel like it's definitely just a business strategy of Sony's to kind of, I don't know, be as difficult as possible.
Yeah.
I mean, Sony really doesn't have much to say. They have one game releasing this year, and that's just Spider-Man 2. I mean, it's going to be amazing, but still, I mean, you'd think they'd be focusing more on their game model.
I mean, Final Fantasy sort of counts since
That's-
they paid for it to be exclusive or
That's
whatever.
Square. That's Square. Though.
Yeah, but still, it makes not a big
I mean,
difference.
Forspoken's kind of in the same camp, and that wasn't that great. So,
Oh yeah, that was real bad, wasn't it?
yeah, I think I'm waiting for it to be like maybe $5 so I could try it out.
Yeah,
Huh.
I haven't heard that. It sounded like it was worse than Redfall.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing, Icky.
Huh.
I mean, live service games aren't exactly proving the most successful right now. I mean, there are some good shooters that are doing it, but like other games,
me.
I remember reading about this one game that they actually had to shut down because the cheaters were running wild on it.
What game was
What
that?
game was that?
I
Yeah.
forgot the name of it. Hang on, I gotta look it up.
Sperry, have you come across this FTC versus Microsoft news before tonight?
No, I try to stay out of like any drama across anything in the world, you know. So I've heard little bits and pieces of it, but I just, you know, it doesn't concern me.
the
Hershey's
game
your
is-
mellow, huh?
Yeah.
The game is called the Cycle Frontier.
Psycho Frontier.
Yeah, the Cycle Frontier is apparently really popular first-person extraction shooter that launched last year, and it was really popular for a while, but it's just become corrupted with so many cheaters. So live service games aren't exactly the most successful model. There are some that are succeeding, like obviously Fortnite, but you know,
They're really good for a studio. If you can get one to be successful, then it keeps you in business and it, you know, self-sustaining and all that. So that's probably the main appeal, I would think.
yeah, just they're not for everybody. Obviously, some people would rather make good single-player games or local multiplayer games, and they work just as well.
It takes all kinds.
No.
Ima tries to avoid that style of game. He says, I don't have like much of a preference. Like, I guess my main preference would be shorter games if I'm gonna, because I'm just such a busy dude. But if a game like that is somehow really cool and not competitive, then I'll try it out. But if it's competitive like Fortnite or whatever, then I don't care.
Yes.
I'm not a PvP person.
I'm not either.
That is true. Did you ever learn how PvP works in Diablo, Love?
Yes, I did.
How does it work?
There are certain areas, and you go and talk to certain people, and then you are marked as PvP. And then you can go and give somebody royal smackdowns. You earn special currency, which is some red something in those towns that host the PvP events. I'm gonna put that in quotation because that's what they put in the corner of your screen.
I see.
You can buy special things in their shop with the stuff that you earn from not only taking down the boss or whatever they have roaming around, but also other players.
Well,
Sounds pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's a really nice description.
Very well done.
I'm glad, because, somebody had just ran up and killed her one time, and she wasn't expecting it,
I
so...
was like, I had roamed into the PvP place, and I didn't realize that.
What do you get with the currency? Just like armor sets or something?
Yeah, I mean they've got the same kind of dealers that are in the other towns. So there's like a jeweler and an armor and weapons, and there's even a curiosities vendor. But instead of using the regular currency or gold or whatever, you would use the PvP marks.
Uh-huh.
So I could see them putting something special in there, that you just want to do the PvP thing for.
Yeah, I will say that in the mobile game that we play, Dragon Quest Tact, I like the PvP component of that, although it highly favors people who spin their way to the top, But in general, like for instance in Diablo, I'm probably not going to mess with that component of the game because I just won't be able to play it enough to get good or whatever. Tyler, you mentioned Rogue Legacy 2 earlier. How are you doing in that?
Pretty good. I think I've beaten 3 of the 6 bosses in the main game.
Nice.
It's pretty cool. It's maybe doesn't have quite as much of the charm I think I mentioned last week as the original.
Yeah,
But
I'm
it's still,
surprised
still a very robust game.
Robust is a good way to put it. Yeah, I'm surprised that you like part 1 better, but yeah, I like 2 better myself. What about you, Sperry? You've played them both.
You know, I got all the way through the first one, and that really pushed me towards that genre of game. So I have that one to thank. The second one I haven't gotten very far in. You know, just too many games and so
Okay.
little time. So
I
I liked it. It just felt like an extension of the first one.
Yeah, it really is. Like, just a big expansion of it. Yeah, it doesn't catch you the same way.
yeah, I
So
don't.
good though.
My experience is much different, but at least you guys still enjoy it.
Oh, what's wrong with the first one?
Well,
It was actually challenging.
no. Well, I mean, part 2 is challenging too, but it's like the challenge is more spread out, I would say. But part 2 just adds the nice Metroidvania structure that I find so appealing.
It's
And
not
which-
really Metroidvania-y.
It's more Metroidvania than the first one. You
There's
can
not-
get new
not-
abilities from areas, and then you can access new things in
But
other
that's
areas.
but I mean, it literally would be linear if they put the 6 areas one after another. That's it.
Or
Like,
like-
it doesn't. You don't access sub areas in old areas or anything like that. You literally just access the next level with your new ability.
I
That's just
think
like
you
a
can
lock-in
you can do a
piece
little
now.
more in the old areas or maybe I'm remembering wrong. It has been a few months since I played it.
Very minimally. It might make a couple of like the fairy chests easier,
Yeah, like that for instance.
but
True.
it's not really a Metroidvania.
It's a very lock and key style game.
Yeah, lock and key. There you go.
Well, you know, everybody, Tyler is famously wrong on a lot of different issues. So.
Oh.
Yeah, that's not
Throwing
true.
shade.
Make
Classic
it-
Tyler.
I'm
Make a
backing
list.
them up on this one though.
See, it's 2 against 1 now.
Darn it.
Still good game. Definitely play it if you get the opportunity.
Yeah.
Halo is not a Metroidvania, correct? I'm an idiot. That's what we're talking about.
You're on point today, Ima. But yeah, like I really like Dead Cells and the Rogue Legacy. Rogue Legacy has an easier to decipher structure, which is pleasant. Like with Dead Cells, if you want to go to a particular area, you may have to stop and look at a wiki and crap, and it's just like sometimes it's a little too obscure for my taste.
We're talking about Rogue Legacy 2, Icky.
Yeah. Somebody take that game. Calico is a good game. Jeez, 2 weeks in a row we can't give this game away. There's nothing wrong with it.
I think I got another copy of that from you.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, people donate different things over time. Or the
Hey,
same
well,
thing
we were
more
just
than once.
talking about devaluing games. It's almost like Steam. Steam has devalued games to the point where people don't want free ones.
That's crazy. But yeah, we have so few Steam players in the first place.
Yeah, I do have Calico. Yeah,
Oh,
like I
well.
said, I think I got it from you.
You might have.
Ooh, I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot one. Congrats.
Yay!
Nice.
Hey.
You deserved it, Ima.
Nice job.
Good game.
And like I said before, everybody make sure you're following him. He gives you a nice, mature weekend morning stream. Chill and enjoyable.
Compared to this one.
Oh yeah, man, we're all over the place here.
I know.
Sometimes.
I'll tell you guys a little streamer story. You know, there's lots of different kinds of streamers, and I found like I think it was a Diablo streamer. I could be wrong. Maybe he was streaming a Turtles game, but like he had a Ninja Turtles theme like we do, you know. And I thought it'd be fun to follow or to join his stream and show off my Turtles emotes because obviously my Turtles emote game is on point. And yeah, and he did like them. But this guy, like, he's a big dude with a beard. You know, he's large and in charge, and he's got a beard. And he's like very hyper. Like, he's got to be trying to appeal to young kids or whatever. But like, he'll play guitar and sing a little song and stuff. Sort of like Jack Black or something. But like, I'm just
Yeah,
like,
you're right.
wow, how are you so dang hyper? You know. But kind of reminds me of the first time I saw that. Who's that kind of PewDiePie, the Nazi guy? Kind of reminds me of him, except for not being a Nazi. But you know, PewDiePie, like when I would watch him stream, I'm just like, why would anyone want to see someone acting that hyper, you know? But like, I don't know. I had some things in common with this guy, but clearly he was aiming for a different audience than we do.
Good for kids.
Yeah, apparently kids
short
like a
attention
hyper
span.
person.
Yeah, kids are stupid.
Yeah.
Wow. Tell us how you really feel, Tyler.
He's taking the gloves off.
That's right.
All right, explore the area for sparks. Where are the other sparks? I'll go beat this up. Maybe they'll have one. Yeah, but anyway, I would hope that people who watch our stream like a more sedate, calm, mature stream. Hopefully, I mean, we have some silliness and what have you, but
Yeah, I don't think I'd call this stream mature.
Well, I mean, we're more mature than that. Than acting like a clown. That's not my thing.
Well, you know, of
Okay,
course.
where do I want to go?
Ow.
Let's see. Yeah, but I don't know. I still might watch him again if I notice that he's streaming. I'd have to see. It's not like he followed me back when I followed him, so.
I'm a fan.
Right on, Jordan. See, Jordan appreciates what we do. That's the spirit. Man, I don't know where the other one was supposed to... It's not appearing on the thing, I think. It's not. It's not on my compass. Wait. Oh, I see. 621. Okay.
Remember to look for the big glowy thing.
I wasn't... Well, it's not that. It's the compass. It was just far away. I thought it was on the same island where I was. Oh, he's tweeted too much for the day. I understand, Jordan.
Aw.
Aww.
Wah,
That happens.
Maybe you should pay $8 for a blue check mark. No, don't do that.
Or maybe just go to Blue Sky instead.
Well, you're very welcome. Of course. We love being able to hook people up with games on this stream.
Oh, you know, Facebook is free. Don't forget that. Well, I mean, that's not entirely true. You got to, give them your soul. Other than that, you're good.
Facebook has groups, which is the best thing about Facebook. You know,
Yeah, I
it's
like
really...
Facebook groups. I use them a lot.
We're me and Paul are part of this great retro gaming group. That's always a lot of fun to talk in. As well as beat 'em ups is fun too.
Yeah, I run beat 'em ups, and I'm proud of it.
Nice.
So I like to think that I'm out there fighting the good fight for beat 'em ups in
Yeah,
general.
literally beat 'em ups fighting the good fight.
There you go.
I don't.
You don't what, Brandy? You don't what? Ah.
She just don't.
Don't.
The heck is a verified account on Twitch?
I think
Verify
it's
your
just a
phone
new...
number.
Is that all you have to do? I don't mind doing that.
That's what it says.
It like doubles it doubles your views that you can do from like, I don't know, what was it, 300 to 600 or something.
Not on Twitter.
No,
on
on Twitch.
Twitch, I don't know.
Yeah, it's a new
I can't-
thing.
I
I
can't
think it's
chat
new.
in this chat unless I'm verified.
Yeah.
Wow. How about just make them have to follow you and stuff, or make it subscriber only? I don't know.
Or else.
All right, what else have we got? This game feels really good. Like the movement, the freedom of movement you have is really nice. You got your double jumps and your grappling and your dashing. Like they found a good recipe for fun, I would say.
Yeah, I don't know if they ever get into like there should be like racing challenges on the water. That movement actually feels pretty good, but I feel like there's probably not gonna be a lot of it. But that's probably where I would have gone with creating this game myself.
That wouldn't be a bad idea at all. Well, I read a Steam review, like the one negative Steam review was saying that there's too many fetch quests. Yo, Nocturne, thank you for the follow.
Oh, it's gonna be a whole game of fetch quests. Like
Yeah, so not very
Yeah.
creative.
yeah, the missions aren't going to be deeply structured.
Yeah, and that's a shame. But what it gives you is fun. Like it feels good.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. Sometimes, it's obvious they're going to ask you to do stuff because you're the able-bodied hero. But there are some games that do fetch quests far worse than, say, something like this. So.
At least they're not escort missions. Those are the
Yeah, I
worst.
hate those. Or the stealth missions when I'm like, I just want to shoot stuff.
We had
This person's safe while they go and attack everything on
Sneak
the
past the
planet.
guards. If one of them, I mean, I'm playing Marvel Spider-Man. I don't want to do any more of these stealth missions. Can I just swing from buildings?
that would be better. I'll tell this quick story about the boss at Co-Optimus. My boss, he made a game one time, and we streamed it. It was an indie game called like Char or something like that, a Steam game. And anyway, this is back when I would have a lot of fun beverages while streaming. By the way, so like eventually, I could not hold my tongue as well or whatever. But anyway, this guy's game, like, it's nothing but escort missions. It's like pure escort missions. And so of course I didn't have a good time with it, because why would anybody have a good time with a game that's all escort missions? But I just feel bad because, you know, he looked at the replay and it's just me complaining about the game, and that makes me feel so bad.
What game was it?
I think it's called Char, like SCHAR or something like that. It's like it's a shoot 'em up of sorts, but
Oh,
all
yeah, it was like
escort.
a little 2D spacey type thing, right?
Yeah, and also
Yeah,
the
I
art
remember
style is kind of ugly, and that's like his best friend is, or one of his good friends is the artist. You know, also the same artist who does like a few things for Co-Optimus, and yeah, I don't like his art, and so those. Basically, I was just very complainy, and I feel bad about it. Fix the spark tank. Okay, how do I fix it? What do I do?
You put the sparks in it.
Yeah.
Well,
It says fill the spark tank.
oh, Phil, my bad.
I was like, you fix it.
One step after Fall made a troll title update achievement. Yeah, not that, Ima, but I mean, it might as well have been that. It was like Char Blue Shield Alliance or something like that. It had a subtitle, but like, yeah. So I mean, it didn't make him hate me. Like, he still let me years later run the website, but I know it wasn't a good thing. But in my defense, it was all escort missions.
Yeah.
So
Sounds
that
terrible.
I think
That's
that
what
would
it makes it worse.
yeah. So in court, I think that would absolve me of any crimes.
Sure.
Oh yeah, you get a pass easy.
Thank you.
That guy is Dr. Thelonious. I sure hope I've taught you well enough.
Problem I have is
Yes.
What's that?
the worst thing about escort missions. I mean, like you're like, okay, let's go, and you're fast and everything like that. And for some reason, they're the slowest person on the face of the planet.
Yeah, either they're super fast or super slow, but quite often super slow. Like if they're super fast and it's hard to keep up with them, that's annoying. But a lot of times you're waiting around for them. But what's the worst is just like they are the ones who take the damage, right? They take damage and you die, and it's just like, I think that's how this one was.
Anyway, you were saying something about being nefarious, Brandy?
Was I?
She's not the one who went to the adult beach in Florida.
You know what?
Ooh.
Can I not surf? Am I not allowed to surf? Oh, he's up to something. Maybe he's building a sand beast. Oh, you know. Hey, you know, it beats being at the laundromat. Laundromats are evil.
Yeah, well, and plus Tyler's laundromat is rumored to be haunted, so that's even worse.
It very much so. Yeah, it's not
They should make a sitcom on CBS about that.
Why not?
the haunted laundromat starring that dude from New Girl.
That just makes me want to watch more of Ghosts. The show your mom likes. That's also a really good show.
Oh,
right.
There's I know that everybody's talking about maybe seeing the Indiana Jones movie that's out this week, but there's also a really good animated movie that's supposed to be on Netflix called Nimona.
Oh yeah, Nimona looks pretty good. It's based on a comic, I think.
It was
Or a
supposed to
graphic
originally
novel.
go through Disney and Blue Sky, but apparently Disney took a pass on it, so Netflix finished it. And from what I heard, it's really good.
Go Netflix. Uh-oh.
And it's got like a really good story, you know, and I figure maybe I'll go check it out.
Did it make you cry? Tell the truth.
I didn't see it yet.
Oh, okay.
When I do, I'm sure it won't.
One tier.
I mean, I got a little bit weepy at the end of Indiana Jones. Just a
Oh,
little.
you did see Indiana Jones?
You saw
Yeah.
the new one?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
saw it this afternoon.
Why didn't you leave
Yeah.
with that?
Yeah,
Oh, you
why
mean
didn't
you mean when Kylo Ren dies at the end?
Jar Jar Binks died.
Uh,
No, I like when Kylo Ren dies. Although, that's another thing I don't think we talked about it last week, about seeing the movie 65. And, you know, because I don't like Kylo Ren. Like, I truly can't stand that character. But 65, starring Adam Driver, that was a pretty good indie sci-fi movie.
a weird name.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, it's a
what
bad
it
name,
was-
and that's probably why it bombed.
Sounds like it's about like baseball home runs or something.
Yeah, and it's for 65 million years ago. And like when the movie starts up, it says that 65 million years ago or something. But like, well, just calling it 65 doesn't. It's not
Doesn't.
descriptive
Yeah,
enough.
that's not really a thing. Yeah.
It wasn't bad. There just wasn't much to it.
Yeah, I mean, well, it's a low budget. I mean, it's an indie movie, but it reminds me of like a Christopher Lambert movie or something. You know, like watching Fortress or something. Like they made the most of the money that they had.
You mean a Lambert movie that's not Mortal Kombat or Highlander?
Yeah, no. Although Highlander Part 1 is an indie movie.
Yeah.
I mean, it still looks pretty good, but
So let's talk about Indiana Jones for a minute. I know a lot
guess
of
let's
people were kind of worried about it because they said Indiana Jones, well, Harrison Ford was like really old, but
Yes.
most of the people that I talked to really enjoyed it. At least more than Crystal Skull. It wasn't like amazing like Raiders, but it was still.
so
good.
you did see it as well?
I did not, but I'm going to.
Oh, so I'm the only one. Brandy and I are the only ones who've seen it. Okay.
I've been busy saving the world and going to the beach.
Wow.
Go watch Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Good, Tyler.
watch
Getting
it.
ready
Watch
for
it
it. I
all.
like it.
That's right.
Yeah, we watched Raiders and Temple of Doom, and I really wanted to watch Last Crusade, but Brandy wanted to go to sleep instead, so we went
I
to
was
sleep.
tired.
Quitters
But, yeah.
never win, Brandy.
I was tired.
Yeah.
My son and I have been going through all the movies too. They're pretty good.
Yeah.
He's never seen them.
All but
I-
Kingdom.
All but Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. In fact, like Temple of Doom has a bad rep. Like our friend of the stream,
Right.
Low Sweet, thinks Temple of Doom is bad, and it's like it's not bad. It's just not quite as good as the other two, but it's still good.
Temple of Doom is like that middle child that wants to have stupid fun, and you're fine having stupid fun with it.
Yeah, I mean, it's okay to not be the best one. Like it can still be good. Sort of like
Yeah.
Spider-Man: Far From Home, or even the first one. Like those, just because it's not the biggest and best doesn't mean it's not worth watching. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what I say about that. And it's a bit xenophobic. Like it has these Indian people eating this totally disgusting food that I don't believe most humans probably eat.
You mean monkey brain?
Dude, the chilled
Yeah.
monkey brains though.
Monkey brains and living snakes inside of a dead
Eyeball.
snake. Yeah, it's
Eyeball.
like just grotesqueries. Like there's no way a real culture eats all of that. Some of those things maybe, but not all of
We're busy
it.
eating a Taco Bell.
And they're like eating these big these big beetles and stuff, and it's just like it's grotesque thing after grotesque thing, and it's like was India really like that? I bet it wasn't, but I could be wrong. I mean, if you watch Slumdog Millionaire, it doesn't exactly make India seem like a very nice place, but anyway.
I think Temple of Doom was fun. I don't think they should have said it was the next Raiders. I think they just knew it was the fun Indiana Jones.
It's weird that it's a prequel. Why make it a... Brandy guessed maybe they made it a prequel so Indy wouldn't have to be with Marion. You know, maybe that's why, so they could have a new love interest. Maybe that's why, I don't know. I think I missed something up above, and I'm not going to have an easy time getting back up because there's no grappling points. So, a bit annoyed about that.
I mean, I think it just focused more on genuine adventure and just tongue-in-cheek stuff, which is fine by me. Like they want to have fun with something like that. Why not? I mean, why? Not every Godzilla movie has to be on the same level as the original. Sometimes you just got to have stupid fun with it. So go ahead, stupid fun.
I would, maybe I would prefer there were more intellectual Godzillas, like...
Godzilla.
But, yeah, like the first one, or
Like Shin Godzilla.
some of the others.
Like Shin Godzilla, maybe.
Maybe, although I haven't seen that one, so I can't vouch for it. Shin Kamen Rider was probably not very good overall, unfortunately. Same director, same universe. Anyway, Temple of... don't miss out. Yeah, no, I did go to an Indian restaurant for my birthday one time when I was like, I don't know, like 27 or something like that. And it was definitely the worst food I ever had in my life. But...
He's not a curry fan.
Well, no, that's maybe if I had ordered curry, I would have been fine. Like, here's the thing: like when you go to a foreign restaurant, this happened when I went to a French restaurant too one time, La Madeleine. Like, if you just look at a menu and you can't tell what anything is, it's really hard to order something that would match your taste because it's like this is all weird looking. I don't know what to get, And we got some stuff and none of us liked it too much. Oh, there's a grapple point. Finally, one.
He just doesn't want to curry on.
That's right, with my wayward son.
Whoa, that got some air. Look at that.
Welcome, Nocturne! Yes, I do play Dragon Quest Tact, Nocturne. Aren't you a video maker? Like a Dragon Quest Tact video maker? Or a member of our Facebook group, maybe?
I love tag.
I forget. Yeah, I thought that name looked familiar.
I love tag.
There's nothing wrong with good Tex-Mex.
Oh, heck no.
Excellent.
Yeah. So for people who are just tuning in, let's vamp real quick. Saturday Games Gold takes place every Saturday at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. We always stream a different game, and we always give out cool prizes. So come to us for variety and sort of an interactive podcast element, because we have lots of people on mic and we talk about lots of cool things. Oh, that's awesome, Nocturne. Well, thank you very much for the follow. That's so nice of you. And yeah, I enjoy your videos, dude. You've helped me out many a time.
Hey, Tyler, weren't you supposed to leave?
No.
I didn't know. I thought something came up earlier.
I'm back.
Okay, welcome back.
He's
Oh.
back already.
Yeah, it turns out I don't have to leave until after the stream, so I'm good.
Well, that's
nice.
good. Okay, well, then
I
I'll
got
just-
dibs back on doing the SOB thing, so
There, okay. So I'm sorry,
don't
you
steal
already
it
gave
from
up.
me.
You already
Take
gave
backs.
up. I'm sorry, you already get it. No take backs.
Fine, you're right.
Oh, I'm
Stuff.
kidding. You can have it. You're better at
Well,
it
now I
than am.
refuse to do it, so if you don't do it, then
Okay,
no one's
well,
going
if
to
you
do
don't,
it.
well, then we're just gonna both sit here until 3
That's right,
a.m.
and Paul's just going to stand there and wait to
That'll
close
be
the
a
stream.
little- yeah.
But what's going to happen to all the little
Take
SOBs?
it from both of you.
I
Yeah,
You
refuse.
could.
I guess they won't be taught.
Sperry will sneak in.
Did we say to hide a Nocturne
I'll take
DQT?
Yeah, I was just saying hi to him and that I enjoy his Dragon Quest Tact videos that he makes. Like, he followed
Oh,
me,
cool.
but, you know, I also make strategy videos for Tact, but not that many. You know, like, I just kind of make videos when there's no strategies that work for me or whatever, because, you know, it's a strategy game, right? So, like, the levels, they're sort of like puzzles, and yeah, when there's not one that works for me, then I'll make one to try to help other people out. And I do love Dragon Quest. Hopefully everyone knows that. We will be streaming, of course, we'll be streaming Infinity Strash when that comes out, the next big Dragon Quest game. And there's also a new Switch one coming out, Dragon Quest Monsters something. So we'll stream that too, of course.
Wasn't there a Dragon Quest racing game at one point?
No.
I thought there
That'd be
was.
cool.
I thought it was like a cart.
There's a
race.
Chocobo Final Fantasy one.
Oh, right.
But yeah, if there was such a game, I would totally play it. There was a Bomberman kart racing game.
I mean, there's horse
Back in the
racing
day.
in the games. There was Dragon Quest 11.
Yeah, 11 has horse racing.
but
That's
it's not
true.
kart racing. Okay, I don't know why. I think I was thinking of the slimes. Is what it was.
So, as you guys might know, Brandykatz, my partner, my fiance, is going out of town to Canada for 2 weeks. She's gonna go up there and hopefully see Tech Guy and everybody else. No, she's not gonna see him.
Justin
But-
Trudeau.
Yeah, probably she'll see him too. I imagine maybe Wolverine. You know, Ryan Reynolds too.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, Ryan Reynolds and Wolverine, two different people. I don't know. It sounded like I thought they were the same guy, but maybe she'll see both of them. Is what I'm trying to say. But anyway, you know, while she's gone, I want to, you know, keep myself occupied, try to keep my spirits up, and I hope to play and complete a game while she's gone. You know, and like, it's either going to be Dragon Quest 11, which I have never actually beaten, which I totally should because I know I'm super behind on that. But it may just be River City Girls 2, because I actually have to review River City Girls 2, so there's more incentive to beat that one, you know?
Beating a game. That'll
Yeah.
be new for you.
It doesn't happen very often, unfortunately.
Dang, why is my stream dying so bad?
Uh-oh. Could it be because you pay less than the price of a McDonald's value meal for your internet every month?
It could be, yes.
Well, he's been using McDonald's Wi-Fi. Is what
Yeah.
That too. And in Tyler's defense, value meals do cost more nowadays than they used to.
Yeah, and I use the fries as cables for the DSL.
and he's trying. And he needs, the Grimace milkshake. So.
I know, I need to get that. Is that good?
As far as I
Grimace
heard,
thing?
it is.
I heard it's
But-
good. Don't you have to buy an $11 meal to get it? I heard. Or
Yeah,
something?
and it's like 850 calories. I mean, you have to
Holy
get carried out
Ed
a.
Lemon.
Well,
Yeah, you have to
the-
get hauled out in a wheelbarrow. When
shakes
You leave
shakes are always super high calorie like that. That's why I barely ever have shakes.
Yeah.
So, question for our new viewer, Nocturne, who just followed us. Nocturne, do you play games on consoles? If so, what console do you play on? Like to get to know people when they're around. I know Tyler has. What do you have there, Tyler? PlayStation 2 or 3, I think.
Yeah, I got a PS2. I just finished playing Godfather the game.
All right. Wow. What about 50 Cent Blood Money? You ever gonna or Blood in the Sand
gotta-
or whatever?
I gotta get to that
That's
one still.
PS3, isn't it?
And that's PS3, I think.
I know.
I think I'm too late for the Grimace Shake. I think it was for his birthday in June, and now it's July.
Oh,
Really?
No.
Yeah, no, I
Yeah,
missed it
You
too.
missed it.
well, life is incomplete.
I know. It's like I only had a month to do it, and I didn't even think about it.
Tyler.
I blew it.
Oh, wow, look at this.
Classic Tyler, always procrastinating. There've been sightings of a giant shadow under the water surface. Have I gotten farther than you have now, Tyler?
Yes.
Woo, look at that. I'm farther than Tyler in a game.
Oh boy.
I think this is about to where I got.
Oh, neat. Yeah, I saw you stream it, and that got me interested in it. So then I was really overjoyed when it's third-party PR company, and they're the hardest ones to get codes out of. It's way easier to go directly through the developer. But anyway, they hooked us up, and I was so happy. You play on Switch and PC. All right, you're looking forward to Infinity Strash as well. Yeah, I'm super excited for that. We're big
Thrash
fans
is
over
not
here.
a word.
You're right. It's strength and slash put together, I think. Isn't that what it is?
It's
It's a goofy Japanese word.
stupid and ass put together.
Hey.
Trash.
The move.
It's
That's
trash. It's shortened for it's trash.
Them's fighting words, Tyler.
It's
That's right.
the name of the move.
All right, do I have to go up or down here? I really can't tell where I'm supposed to go.
Down. I thought you.
Down.
I
I think you should search the rig field for Mayor Clout.
Why don't I do that then?
Return the items. Find Jack's axe.
How is folding paper, Ima asks you.
Oh, yeah, because I picked up a game called Origami 2. It's actually a ninja stealth action game.
I heard you don't have to play
Origami.
it stealthy.
Didn't that
Origami.
studio go out of business or something?
No, there's no. Hang on, Linceworks. Maybe.
Yeah, I could have sworn that Origami 2 lost them a lot of money or something.
Yeah, they did. They actually closed down.
So
Bummer.
that's a huge shame. Yeah, terrible.
Yeah, which they have their
All
final
right.
game on there.
So I found, wasn't that the mayor? Why can't I get this one here under this, like, it's under this thing, I can't get it.
Like there's an invisible wall in there.
Yeah, I don't like that. Where do I go now? I'm looking, 22, gotta go real far away. Wow. Find Jack's axe? Well, I guess we'll go over that way.
I think the star you're going for is search the rig field for Mayor Clout.
Yeah.
Which is 2,000 away? Am I going the wrong
Yeah.
way?
No, you're going the right way for.
Hold on.
Smack bottom.
Can you pause and change which quest you're working on? You might be able to, because there's side
don't
quests
know.
and actual story quests.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm having fun though.
Oh,
He kind
Panda
of looks like
P1.
Ramona Flowers.
Panda P1 has one.
Like Ramona
something.
Flowers. Way to go,
Yeah.
Panda P!
And
the
Darker
blue
Player. Darker Player's taking a break long
Darker player,
enough.
wow.
Darker Player is a little depressed because you're not dying in this game.
That's
I haven't
true.
even died once.
Yeah.
It's not a very hard game.
Good.
Nah.
I just love
But-
the fact that just out of nowhere they just constructed all these half-finished water
Yeah.
slides.
So that people can do the half pipe, of course.
Yeah, I wonder what they are meant to be. Weird old pipes or something.
I guess so.
Because you're in like this post-apocalyptic world where like the world was flooded by some weird creatures or something. Those black
wow.
things.
There who did
Yeah,
it?
the whole world is like underneath you, like the world
Jeez.
that you live
It's like
in.
water
It's
world.
underwater.
Oh, like Waterworld. That's fun. So, gosh, we should talk about. We're getting towards when we normally stop the stream, but we need to talk about Secret Invasion and Indy 5. Let's do Secret Invasion first.
Alright.
All right, Secret Invasion Episode 2. Has everyone but Sperry seen it?
Spoilers.
I saw it.
Spoilers incoming.
All right, so Tyler, just give us a little spoiler-free rundown of what happens in Episode 2.
They continue to. There's like a bunch of political drama in regards to the events of episode 1, and you kind of get to learn some more characters and some more backstory. And yeah, I don't know if there's anything else. I don't know what constitutes a spoiler.
Well,
It has Nick Fury in it. Spoiler.
yeah, and there's some fallout from the death of a character in Episode 1, which it's nice that they make it be important, although I think a lot of us would rather that death just didn't occur, because,
It's fine. She's boring anyway.
well, we're not going to say who it is,
Oh,
but
they were
anyway.
boring anyway.
A lot of people seem to really like that character and wish she had been better served, because she didn't ever get too much to do, but she was cool and likable. It's not spoilers, Ima. We just said we're keeping it vague, but it is a. I mean, I'm enjoying the show. Did you still enjoy it, Tyler?
Yeah, this episode was better than the last one. I liked it. The stuff between Rhodes and Nick Fury was really interesting.
Oh yeah, it was.
That was good. I'm a little bit less intrigued on the Skrull stuff. I mean, it's interesting, but like the Nick Fury stuff is more interesting to me right now.
I see. Yeah, man, some good performances between Rhodes and Nick Fury, you know?
Yeah.
Some stuff I wouldn't have predicted happening. Although, one thing to point out is this show has nefarious Skrulls in it who can change their shapes, right? So, is anyone who we think...
Yeah, it makes it hard to watch the damn show.
It's a bit of a mind bender there, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm jazzed that Fury has a wife.
Yeah, you don't learn a lot about him in the movies, and he's unfortunately had to sit out a lot of the movies. So, but yeah, some interesting stuff there. Brandy didn't enjoy the episode though. She said it was boring.
Yeah, well, it's very political, like the political fallout of the first episode, the events of the first episode and stuff. So yeah. But I liked it better. But
I think she would like more like non-political things happening or but
she just wants more explosions.
Yeah, we saved some people.
Yeah, and gunshots.
You're far away from the mic.
I agree with y'all. The stuff between Rhodey and Nick Fury was amazing. I feel like they're stretching things out, and I think that the same cool things could have happened in 30 minutes, not an hour. Because I found myself just being...
I think it would feel rushed if they did that.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Like it didn't feel long to me at all. Maybe a little bit of some of the Skrull stuff, a little bit.
I guess a bit. Like they feel like they need to develop it right, but maybe sometimes it's a bit much.
Yeah, I mostly like the Skrull characters, but they're not like super entertaining or anything. They're all very, I don't know.
Except for Ben Mendelsohn, Talos. He's pretty great.
He's good.
He wasn't in this one as much as I hoped he would be, but yeah, hopefully he'll return to have a larger role. But yeah, it's too early to judge the story. Like we have to see how they resolve it. It's just that kind of thing where it has to all come together at the end, I would say.
It's like WandaVision. It took a while for WandaVision to build up, but once it does...
Oh man, WandaVision was so slow.
You know, and then
which I didn't mind a bit.
I want to talk about a TV series before you get into Indy 5. There was this, the third season of Warrior made its return this week.
American Ninja Warrior?
No, this is Warrior. It's based on the writings and the original concept by Bruce Lee. It takes place during the Tong Wars in late 1870s San Francisco. It's an awesome martial arts action series. It's very well done and very exciting. And Mark Dacascos is actually in it as a guy named Kong Pak. And, you know, he was great in John Wick 3. So obviously he's, you know, kicking a lot of butt here, too.
He was great in The Crow, Stairway to Heaven.
Yeah. I mean, there's just Stairway to Heaven. Is that really what it was called? I thought it was
the TV series? Or was it just yeah.
He was also great in the 1997 movie Drive, but that's neither here nor there. So yeah, Warrior is a good show if you're looking for, you know, because I have not seen. It's on Max.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's worth checking out if you like martial arts stuff. Because I know we haven't had a good martial arts TV series since Into the Badlands, so this is actually a really good show. Worth checking out.
Oh, well, thanks for telling us about it. I had not heard a word about it before.
Yeah, you know, and yeah, now we can talk about Indy 5 and go for it.
Yeah, Darker Player, that's what I'm hoping will happen in Secret Invasion, but we'll see. There's no precedent, so we just have to see what they do. Did you watch anything this week, Sperry?
No, not really. I've been watching the Mrs. Maisel season 5. I don't know if you're into that, but...
Yeah, how is Miss Maisel? Is it marvelous?
Marvelous Miss Maisel. I was kind of late getting into that show, but I really like it. I think it's great. She's really funny.
Did you hear that? I think it's Miss Maisel herself who's going to be the new Lois Lane.
I did hear that as well. Yeah. I think this is the last season of Miss Maisel, and yeah, I'm really happy. I think she's a great actress.
That's good to hear. And they announced a new Superman too. Did anyone remember his name or what he's from?
Nope.
Hang on. Let me take a look here.
The
They
Patreon
announced
article.
They announced
Yeah.
a new Clark Kent, but they didn't announce a new Superman.
Yeah.
Is that so?
Yeah.
Well, in the article that I read, which I shared in our Discord, the photo of him has him with facial hair, you know, with like a kind of a goatee or a lot of stubble or whatever. And so I want to see him clean shaven. Like I want to be able to imagine what he looks like as Superman.
Here we go. David Cornsweat.
Oh, is that where I have to go? Seriously?
Sweat.
Yes. Cornsweat, and he is clean shaven in the series The Politician. So
Oh, okay. But that's not a real name, right? It's a stage name or something.
Corn sweat.
So he's got corn and he's sweating. I mean,
Delicious corn sweat.
Ew. Foghorn Leghorn.
Yeah, you know, the avocado is a really.
How do I
bad
get
last
over there? It would be. I'm glad that's not my last name.
name. Yeah,
Ah,
but
how
nobody
the
cares
heck do I
now.
get? Oh boy, I hope I can get over there. Okay, I can. Having a lot of fun with this. I know we're not actually talking about it that much, but it's very fun. So I love Superman, so I'm always happy for a new Superman project, especially when I know it's not going to be like Man of Steel, which I maintain is a terrible Superman movie.
Better than, I don't know,
Superman
some,
Returns.
something.
It's not better
Superman
than
Returns.
but it's not.
Yeah,
It's not better
I
than
don't think
Superman
so.
Returns.
Well, maybe, I don't know.
It has
They
more
both-
action,
They both
like-
weren't good.
They both have problems, right? Superman Returns doesn't have enough action, for instance, but Man of Steel has so much action that it becomes boring. You know, like a 40-minute long fight between CG mannequins. Not that interesting.
See, Superman 2 was where it was at.
Well, is that the one with Richard Pryor?
No,
That's 3.
2
And
is the
that-
one with
3's
Terrence.
bad.
3?
Terrence
2 is
Stamp.
great. Terrence Stamp. Why does
No,
it-
is it? It's not Stamp, is it? Or is that his name?
It's Terrence Stamp, I think, yeah.
Oh, okay. Maybe it is.
I don't know why I'm saying man. Superman, probably. But yeah, it was really good. You know, the
Super
early.
dude.
Because he was great, you know. Come, son of Jarrell.
Yeah, he gave a great performance. Very memorable.
And he had like a lady with him that was pretty sweet, and then there was this big hairy dude that just growled.
Yeah, that's. I think Nog. I think is his
Nog.
name. Nog or not or something. But
Or something.
yeah, and she's Feora.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she's in Man of Steel and Flash also, but like she doesn't have a personality or anything, so you don't care about her.
I mean, yeah, you don't really care about her too much, and by the time you do, she's out of it. Spoilers.
Superman Returns was the yeah, I guess technically it is. Well, it's really Superman 3 though, because it's like a redo of. How do I get up there? Anyway, it's one of those sequels where they ignore some of them, like the Halloween. That happened with Halloween 2, right? Yeah.
You use the conveyor belt thing.
I think I have to go up here and just work my way around to it. But anyway, so that was our brief Superman talk. Let's briefly talk about Indy 5. I feel like, unfortunately, this is when everybody stops paying attention and stuff. But we didn't talk about it much. Brandy and I liked it. How about that? We liked it, didn't we? Yeah, we want you guys to see it and let us know what you think. My Low Sweet, he gave it a 9 out of 10, which I think is being overly generous. You know, it has some problems, but it's still pretty good. Pretty fun, especially the opening. You know, you may have heard the opening is like a late 1940s or early 50s adventure. I think late 1940s. Yeah, 40s, my bad. Anyway, that opening is great. He's digitally de-aged, and it just feels like one of the original movies. So everybody will love that, I'm sure.
I'll go see it tomorrow, I think.
I'll see it this
And-
week.
Oh, nice. Ooh. It's yeah, and I guess we don't want to say too much. We want more people to have seen it before we even talk about story beats, even if we keep it spoiler free. But yeah, everyone go out, watch it, let us know what you think. The movie is not doing very well, which is really sad. Any theories as to why it's not doing well, guys?
There's been a lot of drama because they don't think what was Phoebe Waller-Bridge, the latest edition. They're kind of worried that she takes over the movie, and I mean the thing is,
Fair complaint.
You know, but the thing is, you know, these movies always introduce someone new. Like, you know, when Kingdom of the Crystal Skull came out, it was Shia LaBeouf.
Oh yeah, people love that.
Yeah. So the thing is,
The beef.
there's always beef. Like, you introduce any new character to a franchise, there's always that concern. Oh, they're going to bring political messages or something like that. Phoebe Waller-Bridge doesn't exactly have the greatest reputation. So,
Well, one thing we could say is like Harrison Ford. He's 100 years old, right? So like he can't. Yeah, he can't do everything himself, and it's sort of like with Star Trek Picard. You have to have other characters there to do a lot of the things that the elderly person obviously can't do. Although he still does things an elderly person could not possibly do, and like he doesn't break all his bones despite being thrown around a bunch of stuff. But yeah, it's not. I'm not annoyed that she's in it, but she's not that likable. I mean, I would say at first anyway. I think your feelings about her may change as the movie goes on, but at first she's kind of off-putting, so that's going to put some people off for sure.
So, I had a thought, and when Crystal Skull came out, the Shia LaBeouf character, whatever, was supposed to be taking over the reins, you know. Basically, they were retiring Indiana for him, and he was gonna like take over, you know, and be the next generation of archaeologists or whatever. So it totally flopped. It was horrible. So they brought Harrison Ford back. And I do agree that there are times that the story seems to be about her, but it almost seems like she could be the one that picks up the reins, and I'm not totally upset about that.
What would they call it? I don't know what they would call it if she took over. It'd be weird. You can't call it Indiana Jones and not have Indiana Jones in it. So you'd have to call it something new. So
Indiana Jonesy,
or whatever her.
Indiana Jane.
I'm forgetting the character name. But
I had that thought. I was like, I would hate that.
I don't think they're having her take over anything. She's already working on a Tomb Raider series for Amazon, so I guess she's doing that.
Yeah, but my concern is not. I would say the movie probably just isn't doing that well because there hasn't been an Indiana Jones movies for many years. And so, yeah, us old people, a lot of us care about it. Hopefully, I think some old people are happy to just wait for it to come to Disney Plus. Don't wait, go see it. Please go see it, guys.
Probably
and
died.
you know what? There's also the Star Wars complex, because a lot of people weren't crazy about the new trilogy, and maybe some of them are worried that Indiana Jones follows the same route. But I mean, you're right. I mean, I'm in it for big screen entertainment. So,
but Star Wars has had more things produced. Like Star Wars hasn't taken as long a break as Indiana Jones has. Like what is the last Indiana Jones thing you know of? Like it would be Part 4, which everyone hated, right? Yeah. So like Star Wars, yeah, people didn't love the prequels, but people didn't necessarily outright hate them. But also there's all kinds of video games and books and stuff. And Indiana Jones doesn't necessarily have those, you know, like there's a few games here and there, but even that, it's been a really long time since there's a game, so.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, I think they let the property lie too fallow, you know, like they just didn't use it enough, so.
You know what?
Come along and make a good movie and people don't notice it enough.
There's another factor too, the writer's strike. And it's affecting a lot of movies. Like some people are trying to support the writers so that Hollywood doesn't make a ton of money. I mean, it kind of worked for The Flash. It kind of went against Elemental too. So, I mean, maybe that's it. Maybe it's just backlash in general against big budget movies because these people don't think the writers aren't getting their fair shake. And they're right. They're not getting their fair shake.
That may be some people, but I don't know how many people it could be. Like, I think the number of people who actually pay attention to things like the writer's strike is actually pretty small. Sort of like how Sperry wasn't keeping up with the Microsoft FTC stuff, right? But
right,
when people who are into the gaming news, we care about it, right? But like people who aren't into movie and TV news, they probably just don't even know about it. That would be my guess.
I'm just saying there are some people that play a factor with that because a lot of people already had grudges against Disney for everything that. I mean, look at Ant-Man didn't do that well. Elemental didn't do that well. I mean, maybe it's just like a long-term grudges against certain studios. I mean, there's a possibility. I'm not going to open up a debate or nothing. I just want to say, if we're looking at the reasons why Indiana Jones isn't exactly gangbusters, that could be one of them.
I mean, I guess it could be, but do you guys think that many people have it out for Disney? Because like Ant-Man 3 probably didn't do that well because it's kind of, like not the best use of the character, and Elementals probably didn't do that well because it's just another CG kids movie, you know, like. think there's factors. I don't know.
I mean,
Like,
the Little Mermaid, the Little Mermaid didn't, make it. It cost like $700 million to make. It only made $500 million, but it
Did it cost that much?
Yeah, but I mean, with marketing and all that, yep, it's exactly what it. But I mean, that's the thing. It was unnecessary. There was nothing wrong with the original animated.
Achievement, yo.
That's, I'm just saying. I mean, the Little Mermaid live-action remake didn't exactly do Disney any favors.
I didn't know that. I knew it wasn't a big hit, but I didn't know that it had lost money.
Yeah. From what I heard, they put a lot of money into it, and it didn't make it all back.
Well, they made their money from Avatar 2, at least, for better or worse.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, where am I supposed to go? Well, but let's go ahead and wrap things up in one canon. Yeah, I mean, that kind of thing happens sometimes, Darker Player. And I do look forward to... They didn't even give her character a superhero name in Ant-Man 3, which they really should have done. But...
Plus, I had no Michael Pena. I mean, he made... he was great. Imagine him opening up Quantum Mania, recapping everything that happened with Thanos. That would have made the movie for me right there.
Did you just say the exact same thing that you typed out? You silly goose.
Well, what can I say? I like to inform everybody. Silly goose, I'm productive.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's go ahead and wrap things up because it is getting late. Sadly, we lost all our chatters before we even got to our exciting movie talk. That's a shame.
Oh.
Yeah. But everybody, we have been playing... Ooh, she's singing. We've been playing Wavetale for Xbox. It's also on PlayStation, Switch, and Steam. The game normally sells for $30, but remember, tonight, this week, all the versions but Xbox are on sale for $18. So if you didn't win a copy and you play those platforms, buy one of those versions, support them. This is a really cool game. It's beautiful and it feels good and it's interesting. And it's not overly long, which to me is a plus. Some people might feel otherwise. But I want to thank Tyler for being a great co-host as always and for sticking around and not abandoning ship.
Yep, I'm still here.
Woohoo! Galadrius, thanks for hanging out and introducing lots of discussion topics.
Sure thing, always a pleasure. Back to the beach.
Sperry, thanks for hanging out with us, dude. It's so good to have you on mic again.
Yeah, buddy, that's what I do.
Good to see you. Do you know if you're going to stream tomorrow or no?
Haven't figured that out yet, but we'll see, Still setting things up, so.
Let's keep it loose, everybody. Keep it loose. What the heck is this? This guy's in a cage. How does that work? Do you know what to do here, anyone? I'll figure it out. But anyway, thanks to Icky for running the contest. Huge thanks to our subscribers for keeping the stream going financially. Huge help. Perfect Zero and everyone else, Jono, the rest. And our viewers, our followers, thanks for hanging out with us. We love you guys. We'll see you next week. And remember, don't hate, appreciate.
See you guys.
See you guys.
Peace and chicken grease.
Bye.
Okay, Tyler, do it.
That'll hold the little SOBs.
Yeah.
There it is.
Good timing.
Yes.
Bye, Icky. Bye, BX Latino Heat. Perfect Zero. Darker Player. I'm an idiot who already went to sleep.
Nocturne.
Bye, everybody.
Oh, man. I still feel so bad about scaring No Pulse off. Shame on me.
We'll be fine.
I know. You can't do that. Every viewer matters. He doesn't watch your stream, does he, Sperry?
He does.
Okay, you gotta help me patch things up with him.
I'll try. I'll try my best.
Remember, the key thing is it was just on my mind and it wasn't actually directed at him, but he must have felt that way. I just feel bad about that.